I made sure to bring lunch today because we're going to be working hard. We're going to need the energy.
Because of the cold weather that's coming in, we've come out to the cabin. We're going to drain the water from the water lines. We don't want those to freeze. And we'll probably head over to deer camp and check it as well. There's the cabin there. Up here we have is where the water tanks are. Of course the cabin is down the hill. There's where the water pumps are. Small mountain stream right here where we're pumping water from.
Empty the water from there.
There's the electrical cord right there. That's what the pump hooks onto. We've got the pump pulled.
Yeah, what I do is I have a quick connect on the valve on the end of the line there, and I take the pump in and out as I need it. If it rains real hard, this will flood, this whole area will flood, and it'll take my pump away. So every time I use it, I'll unhook it manually and take it up to the well house.
Yeah, you can see the trash on that tree right there. That's how high the water gets, so all of this will be underwater and there'll be a lot of current.
I got an electric line and a water line that's all underground. It comes out to here. This creek goes up the canyon here. There's no one lives up there, and it's all spring fed. So all the water just comes out of the ground and starts this creek. And so it's relatively clean if we run it through a filter system, which I have filters in the well house.
Now we've got the water line right there.
Now I hook the end of this hose. There it is. I'll hook hot water heater right here. I don't know if you can see that. Now, to open it, you need a screwdriver. Put in that little slot. And you open it up.
Drain that hot water heater so it won't freeze.
To drain the hot water heater. You got water coming out there.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Opening these faucets so they'll drain.
Oh man.
Here's a washer and dryer. You're unhooking the valves on the back, the water.
Yeah, unhooking them, and then I'll make sure they're open so the water won't have a vacuum on it, and it'll go ahead and drain out.
We've got that toilet in there, but if we're out here and there's no water hooked up, we've got an outhouse up here behind. Got a place to use the bathroom in there. One thing that makes this spot so cool, of course you got this creek right here to swim in the summertime. But right up there is National Forest. That's public hunting land up there on that hill.
Okay, now every time we drain the water and get ready for winter, I go ahead and change the batteries in my smoke detectors and my carbon monoxide detectors. Always make sure that they're fresh. So I've got a new one I'm going to mount upstairs. I have 2 downstairs. So now there'll be 3 in this cabin, trying to make it as safe as possible.
We need to put antifreeze in that toilet to keep that water from freezing. We forgot the antifreeze, so we'll have to come back with some antifreeze. Right here's the antlers off of a big old buck I killed a few years ago. Look at that, that's probably like a 6-inch spread right there. Nice. I will say that I did mount both of these. This one has just deer hide covering up the skull plate, and this one has rope covering up the skull plate. Just some old barn wood.
Okay, now we're gonna put some bait out. There's no particular reason I get this kind other than it has a little hole where you can put it in the little bait box. These bait boxes are kind of nice because it takes a special little key so children can't get into them and get the baits. But I have several on the outside of the house to keep mice from getting in. Also, I've been having trouble with something taking off with them, possums, coons, or something of that nature. So what we do is we tie this to a piece of wood or something, where they can't just drag it off. But this is what it looks like in the bait box. This is what one of them looks like. Has a little hole. They're square. I try not to keep a whole lot of bait in there, because if you have a dominant rat, they'll urinate on all the baits, where the other mice or rats won't eat them. So I normally just keep one in. This one, as you can see, has been eat on. I'll go ahead and replace it with a new one. And then I've got this one here. I'll just slide it on there with that and kind of double up a little bit. I need to get a nail or a screw and put that.
These boxes right here will keep other animals, dogs, cats, raccoons, and possums from getting your bait. It's just got a little hole for the rat to go in. Now we're out at deer camp. We're gonna check it. This deer camp, the main cabin there, my grandpa and his kids and some other people helped with it, but they built that back in the 1960s. The porches we have added on later. You got the front and the back porch there. Got faucets underneath there that should already be open, but we're gonna double check it. And then there's actually a well up there and it needs to be drained. We had a rat getting in, so he's gonna crawl up under there and see if he can find the hole and possibly patch it. Everything appears to be fine. I had opened the faucets so there wouldn't be a vacuum where water would just sit in those lines and freeze. That happened behind the shower here before, and we had a break behind the wall, but it should be good now. And then we've actually got some antifreeze out here for the toilet. That water in the toilet there will freeze and bust your toilet there, so good to put a little bit of antifreeze in there. Inside our well house here, there's a filter and it's got water in it, so I'm going to take it off and pour that water out. And I think that's going to have deer camp winterized. Thanks for watching.